Hi, in this video I'm showing you how to create a line chart with image markers. Now this is also what is known as a bump chart, and this is what it looks like. So you may have seen this type of chart in online web pages or even in brochures, and basically it's called a bump chart, and it is looking at a trend of items or attributes that are ranked. So in this case we're looking at the top 5 S&P 500 companies that are marked by market capitalization. And you can see through the years from 2008 to 2015, you'll see how they fared. Now we would see Exxon, that was number 1 in 2008. They went up to number 4 in market cap in terms of the rank in 2015. And you can see, like with Apple, it was number 5 at 2009, and it became the highest market cap company in 2015. And this particular chart is not too hard to create, and I'll show you how to create this in Excel. Now here in Excel we have the chart in it by itself in its own worksheet, and basically this particular chart is working off a series of data here in sheet 2, and it's really just working off this particular range of data in this table. Now normally what you can do is you can take the market capitalization of the companies and go ahead and just chart out, look at each year and look at what is the top 5 companies in terms of market cap for each year. And you can see that I've done it here for the different years with the different companies. And as you can see, not all the companies made it on each particular year. So we see here that Procter & Gamble was 3rd place in 2008, but it did not show anything in 2009 or later. Now, of course, if you wanted to start from scratch, you'd probably have to go to some website and get to this information. And you may be getting information that is in this format. Let me go here. It's in this format where we have our companies and we have the range of years. You can see that this is in descending. We have 2015 to 2008, and these are the different market capitalization amounts. And these are a lot of companies. You can see that as I do, if I scroll down, these are about over 600 rows here. So there's different companies within the S&P 500 depending on the year that had market capitalization records. Some of them didn't, and some of them did. Now this wouldn't be a very good format to do data analysis, so we'd actually bring this particular table, and what I've done is bring this table into a more refined table here that actually I can create a pivot table off of. And this particular concept in later versions of Excel, you can use the Excel Power BI feature called Unpivot. It's part of Power Query. I'll give a link to a video in the description. But basically, this is using the Power Query feature where we turn all of this. We bring these years down into its own column value, so it becomes a proper table. And we have the year here, and we have the year as values, not also doing double duty as a header and also a value, as you see here. So basically what we want to do is consolidate this particular table, kind of transpose it into a more proper table where we can create a pivot table off of. Now this table is actually the source for the pivot table here. And so with this pivot table here, I was actually able to look at the top 5 for each year. You can see the year here is filtered here in the report filter area. You can see I can select each one. Let's go to 2008, and it will show me the top 5 here. This is ranked from the most valuable to the least valuable. So we've got our top 5 here. You can see Exxon, Walmart, Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, and General Electric as the top 5 here. If I go to 2015, we can go down here to 2015. You can see here Apple's first, which is right here, right? And then Microsoft is second, which is this one here. Berkshire Hathaway is third here. ExxonMobil is 4th, which is here, and of course Amazon is the 5th, which is down here. So basically what you can do, or what I've done here, is I've gone through each of the years and used a rank function to put that in here. So I'm not going to go through to show you how this is done to create this, which would feed into this pivot table here. I've got another video that talks about how to unpivot, and I'll go ahead and provide the link there. But I'll show you how to take this table and create this particular chart. So what I've done already is I've pulled in this particular table. So what I've done here is I've just taken this particular table so I can create a pivot table and start filling this out. So let me go ahead and just copy this particular set of data, Control C to copy, and then go into my other sheet here. and go Control V to paste. Okay, and I've got my data here. So what I'm going to do is I had this table here. I'm going to turn it into a pivot table. I'm going to go ahead and go to Insert, Pivot Table, and I'm going to put it into into an existing worksheet. It's going to be right here, sheet 1. So I'm going to go ahead and click in here, go to sheet 1, and I'll just click over here and click OK. And I've got my pivot table format out here available. I can go ahead and put the year over here, put the company name here, and the value over here. Now, let's start with 2008, right? And I don't want everything here. All I want is the top 5. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this filter and look at my value filters. I'm going to go to top 10. I don't really need top 10. I want top 5. I can just drop it down to 5, and I want it to be the value, right? So I click OK, and it gives me the 2008 values here. What I can do now is I can just go ahead and put 2008 and just kind of draw it out here. 2008, 2009. Let me see. Right now, it's copied it. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and fill the series. So it's going to go to 2000. Let's see, 2013, 14, and 15. Right? Now what I can do is I can sort it here, but I can also use a feature called rank. So I can go and type equals rank, and then I'm going to rank average. I can use the rank average. There's actually rank average, and rank EQ, because none of these values are going to be too close to each other, so I don't have to worry too much about using either the rank average or the rank EQ. So basically I want to rank this number. This is going to be in cell B4 divided by this range of data. So I'm going to go and select that, B4 to B8. Now B4 I'm going to leave as a relative cell reference, because once I copy the formula down, that's going to change. But B4 to B8, I want them to stay the same. So I'm going to use the F4 key to change it to absolute cell reference, which means I would have the dollar signs in front of the letters and the numbers. Now after that, I can go ahead and close the parentheses, press Control Enter to stay in the cell. You can see that this shows number 1. It's of course the first ranked one. If I go ahead and double click, or I can just drag this fill handle down here, you'll see that it will correspondingly rank each of them. So Exxon's first, and then General Electric, that's going to be 5th, and then Microsoft is going to be 4th, and then Procter & Gamble is going to be 3rd, and then Walmart is going to be number 2. Right? So I can go ahead and start to do it for each of the different particular years here. If I change that around, you can notice that the numbers change here, where Alphabet now, which is Google, is number 4, and then number 5 is Apple, and then number 1 is Exxon, and then number 2 is Microsoft, and then number 3 is Walmart, right? So I'll go ahead and speed up the video here and just do it for the rest of it, as you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now I have my chart filled out of the rankings, the top 5 for each year. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and select my chart here, go to Insert, and then go to Line Chart, and you select my chart here. You can notice that it's not really selected it where I want it to, because basically it needs to have the years here down. The years don't need to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and go under Design and switch row and column. So now we've got our particular years at the bottom, and the lines represent the companies. So let me make this chart a little bit bigger here. Let me see, make it a little bit bigger here. All right, I can go over the pivot table because I don't need it anymore. Well, let me go ahead and just actually kind of move this chart over to the left here, so I can see a little bit better which particular company, that when I select this chart, which company is it choosing in the table here. So I'm going to go ahead and move it a little bit more, and kind of maybe just make this a little bit smaller. So what I see here is if I select this line, you can see that it's highlighted this particular portion of the table. So this is Exxon. If I select this, this is Walmart. If I select that, that's telling me it's Apple. So let me go ahead and select Exxon here first. And what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and change those markers. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and go under Format Data Series. And what it's going to do is going to bring up my Format Data Series window here, or this navigation pane, and I want to select on this fill and line bucket. And I want to click on the marker here. And what I need to do is under the fill, I want to fill it with a picture or texture fill. So once I click on that, I have some options of where to get my picture. So I'm going to go ahead and click on File and search for my picture. So here I have my file, and I have a bunch of pictures of the logos or the different names for the companies here. So the first one I chose was Exxon, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this Exxon Mobil one, click Insert. And you can barely see it, but the picture is there. And the reason why you can barely see it is because it's so small. So what I want to do is I want to go to Marker Options here, click on the drop down, click this built-in, and I'm going to keep a circular shape, but I want to increase the size. And what I found an optimal size is going to be between 25 and 40. I kind of like going a little bit bigger here, so 40. And if I click Tab, now you can see that it's a little bit bigger and it shows ExxonMobil in there. The other thing that I want to do is I probably want to get rid of this legend because it's using a lot of valuable real estate, and I've already got the names here or the images that represent what company it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this legend and press delete. Now let's do another one. Let's do this yellow line here, and who this is going to be. If we click on this, you can see that's Microsoft Corporation. So if I click on, let me go click on this line, click outside, let me click outside of it, and go ahead and click back in. You can see the markers are selected. What I need to do is kind of go down, and let me go ahead and go to marker here, and go to Picture Fill, and find my other icon or my image for Microsoft. So let me go ahead and find that. So here's the Microsoft one. I'm going to go ahead and double click that, and it's been inserted, but of course again it's too small, so I need to increase the marker option, the marker size. So I'm going to select the marker options, click on this built-in, change that to 40, press Tab, and now you can see the Microsoft icon has showed up there. So now I got to just do it for the rest of them, and let me go ahead and speed up this video while I do the rest. So here we are. So I'm done here. So let me go ahead and close that pane. Now what I want to do is just do some cleanup here. So I don't want these grid lines. I'm going to go click the grid lines and press delete. Get rid of the grid lines. And it's actually probably better that I have it going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of having it go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What I can do is click on the axis here. Right click and go to Format Axis. And what I want to do is I want to change where it has, I want to click on values in reverse order. So it's going to reverse this order. So if I click on that, you notice now it's going to get in reverse order. It kind of put the bottom axis here in the top, and we have 1, 0 to 6 here. Now I don't need 6, so I'm going to go ahead and have my units here start at 0 but end it at 5, right? And unfortunately, when I do that, it makes the major units at 0.5, and I'm going to go ahead and just change that to 1 and click there. And now we've got my chart here. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller so I can see it here. And you can see that it's kind of taken it off the page. What I can do here is I can select the plot area. You can see now this particular box encloses the plot area. Let me just kind of move it up a little bit. Right, and so now I've got my plot area there. Now, also probably what I don't want to do is have that 0 there. I don't want to have that 0 available. So what I can do is change the number formatting for this particular axis. So I can go ahead and click on that. And then I think it's going to be under number. Let me go ahead and close this and go under the number portion, or the number here, and what I want to do is I want to create a different format code. So what I want to do here is I want to change the format code to this. Basically what it's going to do is it's going to give a blank for 0. So it's going to get rid of that 0. It'll keep the numbers that are greater than 0 visible, but 0 becomes blank. So I'll go ahead and click add, and now you notice that 0 is gone there. So now I can take this particular chart and I can go ahead and copy and paste it and put it into a presentation. And of course I need to put a chart title here. Let me go ahead and put a chart title, double click that. Let me go ahead and put top 5 S&P 500 by market cap. All right, so that's what it is basically. And now we see how each company ranks throughout these years in terms of market cap. And this is kind of a nice visual representation of a trend. We can kind of put this into a presentation. And this is also called a bump chart, where it looks at a trend of ranking across time. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.